Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching. It's like part of Blue's head there. How's it going, everybody? Hey, look at that. It's John Dunn. Holy crap. Hold on. Well, wow, look at all the members that came in here. Hey, what's going on? I don't know if you know, but I started a political channel also. It's called Red, Gray, Blue. All one word. And I just started like a couple days ago. And today is just going to be talking about the, I don't know, it's getting kind of strange, some of the stuff going on regarding the, hey, well, thank you so much for getting all those memberships. Wow, that's crazy. But also, I'm hoping that you guys can, yesterday was another one of those crappy days in here in terms of, supporting the channel and revenue and everything. So hopefully today, if you guys have the ability to, we can make up for that one. Because this is my main channel and everything. The other channel doesn't. Well, I don't know if there'll be trolls or not. But you should go check that other channel out. John, go subscribe to my other channel, Red, Gray, Blue. All one word. Yeah, it's got like a, I don't know, 1,100 and something currently. Thanks, Boggle Queen. And today, I was just watching the convention. I was weird. I felt sort of emotional when he came in the room. He's got the bandage on his head, on his ear. The more footage and witness account I watch, the more. Yeah, like that video that I made today is pretty crazy, right? Where you see there's 2 minutes, and that's just the first, the first, what do you call it? Time, well, it's just the first it's on that video, right? But obviously, when the video starts playing, or somebody's already talking about it. Obviously, they saw somebody up there already, Yeah, get rid of that John Belushi guy. We always got these trolls that come in. No matter what you say, it doesn't matter what you say. I was also on Court TV tonight for the, going over that new stuff in the Madeline Soto case. I don't know. it was okay, I thought. Yeah, it looked like he was gonna cry or something. Kelly, did you see that? It was weird. Like he looked like a different, almost kind of different. Yeah. Thank you, Mrs. Wild. Yeah, no, I thought he just looked more kind of at peace, not as angry or something, you know, like he was. I think that whole, you know, basically he should have died, you know, so he should have been killed, really. Just luck. Or you might say, you know, someone might say divine intervention, you know. I mean, that's how you would feel, right? Like everything was just perfectly timed where he lived. Had he just been looking straight out at the crowd like he normally does, he'd be dead. And even at a 45-degree angle, he'd be dead. He just happened to be looking way over his shoulder at this big screen, and that's why he's alive. Yeah, that's kind of what he looked like. Seemed like he was sort of introspective or something. But anyways, I got a whole bunch of these articles in here that are talking about the, you know, the breach. You know, like I thought we'd just go over all 8 of these articles and just see what they're saying. I heard, what's his face, Waters on Fox News. He was saying some stuff. I don't know where the news on that is, but he was saying that, you know, the building that the guy was on top of was actually the command center for the police department, and they had to control the building, so the Secret Service wasn't even looking at that. And then but there wasn't even a ladder, and so somehow this guy's on the roof. Yeah, who the hell knows? Maybe he went on the other building and then jumped onto that one, and when nobody was paying attention. Yeah, I just started. Now, you all believe this what? What are you talking about? Big deal. Yeah, you got to type a full sentence. Nobody knows what the hell you're talking about. There was a green ladder. I haven't seen the picture of a green ladder. It seems like there was a ladder, because that's what the cop said. Like he climbed up the ladder, and he saw him there, so I don't know what Waters was talking about. Did I get the message saying I can't talk? I don't know what that means, Magnolia. We don't have time for like people in here that try to make the show about themselves and everything, you guys. So I'm just trying to do a show, all right? Hey, look at that. It's J Case. Right. So we'll just have this on the screen right in here. You know, I'm actually thinking that it was like chosen because there's an elevation on the roof that kind of goes down like this. And if you're on this side of it, it kind of blocks your view from, you know, even these guys. You could maybe see the head of the person, but you could probably also like hide the rifle as well, like a little bit lower down. But anyways, if you're watching this show and you have the ability to help support this channel, I would appreciate you supporting it tonight. Last night, not so much. So if you're able to do so, I would appreciate it. Yeah, like you can't use I don't think you can type in that word, like secret, you know, and then the last. I'm not even sure I want to say it because it's strange why you can't say that, though. I mean. The attempted assassination of Donald Trump represents a glaring failure by the Secret Service. Oh boy, I can't say that. Which left the former president exposed to gunfire in a breach of security that will likely haunt a long idealized agency that has been repeatedly tarnished by scandal in recent years. Thank you, Alley Cake. Important questions about the shooting remain unresolved, but The fact that the 20-year-old gunman managed to scale a roof about 200 yards from where Trump was speaking has already prompted calls for a searching searching investigation of the Secret Service. I'm not sure what that means. Searching. Calls for a searching investigation. You mean like far reach? I don't know what the hell that even means. Those responsible for the planning, approving, and executing of this clearly insufficient security plan need to testify before Congress and be held accountable, said Representative Ruben Gallego, a Democrat and former Marine running for Senate in Arizona. The inevitable formal inquiries into the shooting, which left an attendee at the rally dead and a wounded Trump, will raise fundamental questions about how the U.S. can protect dignitaries at a time of bitter polarization and widespread access to firearms. Immediate questions about the attack will land Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle under the microscope of congressional investigators as the FBI investigates the shooting. Yeah, and by the way, we need to tone down our rhetoric. It lasted about an hour. These guys today just went right back at the same stuff. It's crazy. Like Lester Holt interviewed Biden today. And Biden said, "You mean so I can't tell people what he said and if it might incite somebody? What do you mean?" No, how about, and in the same interview he said that Trump said, you guys saw the video I made, right? Over there. He said it'd be, if I don't get elected, it'll be a bloodbath. And we all know that that's not what he was talking about, but he keeps saying it over and over and over again. And that's why it's so ridiculous that no news outlet ever says, hey, you know what, you're actually not true. You're not telling the truth there. He was referring to the auto industry. And see, that's why you always keep wondering, are they just all in cahoots with each other, or they just don't care either? I don't know. Hey, thanks, Lisa Mounts. Let's see. In the hours that followed Saturday's shooting, lawmakers from both parties and law enforcement experts have pointed to a series of glaring oversights or errors that appear to have contributed to the tragedy, to the possibility that the country came within millimeters of a political catastrophe. Oh, you like it? Oh, cool. Yep. Well, thanks, Lisa Mounts. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you this account. Not sure. I don't want to keep going over people not getting notifications. All I can tell you is hit the notification bell and select all videos on all my channels. But if you're not getting notifications, I have nothing to tell you to help you. But you can check Twitter every once in a while because I post over there. You can, get notifications on Twitter because I post over there too. The gunman identified by the FBI on Sunday, Thomas Matthew Crooks, was shot dead by a Secret Service sniper team after he opened fire from a building overlooking the rally. His ability to reach that rooftop, where he had a direct shot at Trump, is among the most immediate areas of review. There should never have been a clear line of sight on the former president. My Marine Corps training taught me that, Gallego. An Iraq veteran said in a statement. The vantage point Crooks managed to acquire immediately calls to mind one of the greatest disasters in U.S. political history, and that's the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Hey, thank you, Donna Buchanan. Let me get my wheel spin thing open again here. Hold on. Let's see. Donna Buchanan. Make sure. Lisa Mounts. Hey, John, do you want to be on the spin for the notebook? and Mrs. Wild. I'll give you a bunch of them. Oh, you're good? Okay. Okay, well, thanks. The vantage point, so it reminded him of Kennedy when he came around that corner, and then he's up in the book repository with the window and could shoot from behind. It's been 6 decades since Kennedy was shot in his open-top limo on Daley Plaza, but the lessons remain central to Secret Service planning, or are supposed to. Investigators will seek to interview agents who did advanced preparation for the Trump rally and survey the area with local law enforcement and campaign staff. They are expected to explore if access to the rooftop was discussed and whether anyone suggested doing anything to hinder it. Witnesses have put the distance between the building where the gunman's body was recovered at the podium at between, well, it's 150 yards. I've measured it. It's not 250. It's nowhere near 250 yards. Hey, thanks, Plato. Not Play-Doh, but Plato, as in Socrates and Plato. Hey, by the way, did you ever get your hoodie? I was just curious, because I got Zozo and Plato I got them hoodies for all their work that they did on the what do you call it? The scholarship reading about 1 million pages worth of applications. Did you get it? I'm just curious, because it takes them a long time sometimes. All right, witnesses have put the distance. Okay, well, 150, 250, so 150. Speaking on CNN Sunday, Rep. Corey Mills said it wouldn't take much for someone with a high-powered rifle to hit a target from that range. There was no one on that building. This is a massive security breach, in my opinion, said Mills, an Army veteran who also worked for State Department security contractor Dynacorp in Afghanistan and Iraq. The timeline of Secret Service response and its coordination with local law enforcement, this is actually Politico here, was also thrown into question by witnesses who said they alerted authorities about what was happening. We noticed the guy bear crawling on the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away, rally goer Greg Smith told the BBC at the scene. He had a rifle. We could clearly see a rifle. We're pointing at him. The police are down. They're running around on the ground. We're like, hey man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police did not know what was going on. Why is there not Secret Service? It's so far away what I'm reading. Can you guys even see this? It's tiny. Oh shit. Let's see. We notice a guy bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away. Hey man, there's a guy up the roof. Why is there not Secret Service on all those roofs here? Asked Smith, who described trying to alert authorities for 3 to 4 minutes. This is not a big place security failure, 100% security failure, they said. As investigators dig into the accounts, it will be vital to scour radio traffic from local and state police as well as the Secret Service. How much time elapsed from the first report until word reached the agents? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was trying to show you guys in the video that I made. I mean, there's a lot of people here that probably didn't see my video, so why don't I play that? There's nothing political about it. It's just is what it is, right? I mean, you guys want to see it, or I could have it somewhere in here. I think it's this one. In case you can't see it. Oh, you got it today. All right. There it is. Yeah. Red, Gray, Blue. Hello, this is Grant Hughes of RGB. Today's video is going to show you how long it took for law enforcement to respond to reports of somebody being on the roof. Now, it could even be longer. I'm just basing this portion on there's a couple videos out there that are filming the shooter on the roof, and we know the shooter is Thomas Matthew Crooks. And here's a picture of Thomas Matthew Crooks, the psycho killer. It'd be hard to miss his forehead. Almost would-be killer. He almost killed Donald Trump, if not for just the slightest head turn while he was looking at the chart, where it narrowed the target of his head, and the bullet grazed his ear. Had he been turned just even slightly more to his left, that would have hit him in the back of his brain. So he got very lucky. But again, this video is showing the timing and how long it took. At one point you see an officer walking around the building. I know somebody else you called that. I'm also going to show you how long it took between the first shot and for the would-be assassin to be neutralized. Okay? So let's get started on the video right now.
The party has not been united since Ronald Reagan like it is right now. It was united under Ronald Reagan the second time. It was very united. And they said there's never been anything like it. They've never seen a movement like this. Make America great again. You know, Joe Biden talks about...
And at some point I'm going to put a clock in the upper left-hand corner where it shows, at minimum, when people started noticing the person on the roof. And then you'll see a clock in the upper right-hand corner which shows you how long it took between the first audible shot and when the shooter was neutralized.
We have to stop MAGA. MAGA means make America great again, Joe. It means make America great again. That's all we want to do. If he was doing the job, I wouldn't even be doing this. I'd be in some beautiful...
Now, you see the clock up at the upper left-hand corner. You notice how there's an echo sound? That's because I used the audio of the video on the right and synced it up with an actual broadcast version of the same rally. Okay, so you hear it sound sort of echoey, and that shows you that it's synced up.
Beautiful place with a gorgeous ocean, the Mediterranean, the Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look.
So there's a cop right there. So
there he is right there.
And there's an officer right there.
Right there, see him? He's laying down, see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And Senator, with you fighting like hell to get a senator elected and to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And it's not easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here. And it's much tougher than if...
I mean, you hear people saying, he's on the roof, he's on the roof. Look, we're already 51 seconds in.
It happened. We had the strongest border ever. In recorded history, we had the best border. In fact, if they could ever put up a chart, I don't know if they could.
So right now, he's just laying on the roof over there.
Chart that I love so much. You don't mind if I go off teleprompter, do you? Because these teleprompters are so damn boring, I try and explain that. Oh, there's it. Wow. You guys are doing it. They're getting better with time. My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. See the big red arrow, right? So that's when I left office. That was the lowest point, and that comes right from the government services, comes right out of...
So right now, the guy's just sitting on that roof over there with the rifle.
So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then...
Thanks, John Don.
And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit, 20 million people.
See, I'm going to just tell you right here.
Worst president in the history of our...
See how where he's looking right now? He would have been killed even if he was looking that far to the right. Okay, the only reason he wasn't is because right at the last second he looked over, like hard turn.
Country took over.
Right.
And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million.
Like right here. See that angle?
People. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Right there. See, so 2 minutes and 3 seconds until an actual shot was fired. See this down here? Yeah, so I'll let you see that again.
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
There. Did you hear that little click? That's the sniper taking him out on the roof there. If you go back at the beginning when that clock, look at it, you can see him right there. Look down there. He's sitting there with the rifle and he's shooting. It's crazy. So this is right as he's about to pull the trigger. You can see him right there though. Look at, watch. See, that's 2 minutes in.
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
Little click sound, there it was. And somebody in the video actually says, oh, he's gone. You know, like he was taken out. So 15 seconds. So you could actually say the Secret Service people with the sniper, right? They were pretty quick, you know, like they hear a sound and he had to readjust the tripod, turns it over there, focuses in, boom, 15 seconds later, he took out the guy. You know, it seems where the failure kind of is like the communication and then law enforcement, the police who apparently, you know, had control of the building. See, it took 15 seconds from the first shot. This is my until he was neutralized. You hear a little sound, and then the people on the video said he's down. It's kind of faint, but I'll play it all again at the end so you can just listen for various things. You can play it over and over and listen for the shots, etc. But I have it all synced up. I kept hearing Russ, Russ. Russ, Russ, what are you doing, Russ?
We are watching a rally right now. Former President Trump was just in the middle of his speech when what sounded like possible shots were fired. We saw the former president take cover. Security is now surrounding him and getting him out of the event.
Look at his hair got messed up.
Watch out.
All right, well there you have it. Look at that. I think it was 2 minutes, and look at, with a scoped rifle, do you have the ability just to take that person? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm asking. Hold on. And I'm sure that I'll just play the damn thing. Hey, thanks, Lori B. I think it was 2 minutes and look at 2 minutes and 3 seconds from when people were saying, "Hey, look, there's somebody up there," until that first shot happened. And then there was 15 seconds after the first shot before he was neutralized. So and I'm sure that the video wasn't exactly right when people started seeing him. I remember the guy with the red hair said they were seeing this person like 3 or 4 minutes before the shooting. So we know for certain here there's 2 minutes, and even that is way too much time. So somebody absolutely dropped the ball here. They're going to be doing an investigation in this and figure out exactly what happened. There are some reports. But I thought they said the people outside the area, Jay, the roof, apparently wrote something on social media. We don't have any idea. I thought I read where they said that it was outside the area. They were kind of, and they had their guns trained over there, but they left the police to, I don't know, shit, who the hell knows? And I'll just got to wait for the final report. But he said something to the effect of he had him in his scopes, but was told to stand down by the heads of
thank you, Connie.
the Secret Service that was on site there. So he was told not to shoot. And I don't know what their rules of engagement are. Do you have to wait for a shot to be fired to take somebody out? Or if you see somebody lining up with a scoped rifle, do you have the ability just to take that person out? So I don't really know. Yeah, here, that is a thing I'm wondering about. Like, what's protocol? Because couldn't you see, because it's a political thing too. Because, you know, given the fact that, like, you know, Biden and his little buddies over there, they'll do whatever they can. They'll say whatever they want to say to get something done. So you could see, let's say that that shooter was taken out first before he did anything. They would probably say, oh my God, look at that. He's got his henchmen out there shooting people cold dead out in the crowd. They wouldn't care what the reality was, right? They would start talking about how he just, you know, Trump's team shot people. And that reminds us of what we're going to talk about, you know, blah, 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 blah. You see what I'm saying? Right. Oh yeah, the Secret Service director. She's not resigning either. I saw some of her interview today. Hey, Mountain Jam 71, 33 months. Oogla boogla. What the rules of engagement are at these, you know, when a Secret Service person sees somebody with a weapon,
I'm not sure.
are they allowed just to shoot them immediately on sight, or do they have to wait for something?
Let's see.
I don't know, but it doesn't seem like they were ready or even on this guy.
We've seen the water
because he
down.
got 15 seconds worth of shots off. It seems like an egregious mistake that needs to be analyzed, and someone needs to determine what the hell was going on here. So if we take a look at the scene, this is where the shooter was. He was right on this building here. Now it's possible because of the slope here, he was on this end over here. This slope right here may have blocked the view slightly from the snipers who were right here. They seemed to be kind of aiming over in this direction originally, and when they heard the first sound, they kind of readjusted and aimed over here. And the shot would have came in like this, and it hit the shooter in the head. Now his shot, when you're right in here, see how there's that little rise there? I guess if he was just low enough below it, you might not have been able to see him very well, just maybe the top of his head. All right, but his shot would have came in from, you know, this roof right here. He was on this building, right? And there's Trump stand right there, and then a shot would have came in like this. Then right after that, these guys readjusted up here and shot right back towards where the shooter was, right here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play this whole thing over again. Yeah, let me go back out to here, though. So you can actually almost see what I'm telling you. Let's just go down to the actual level here, which is probably about like right like this. And, you know, Google Earth is very accurate. You know, it's, no, they're not a perfect little models here, but you can see, you can't even see on the other side of that rise from there. So I think he used that, and he just kind of snuck up right there to get his shots off. And then prior to that, he would be low over here and hard to see. But, you know, how did he get up there? You see this little narrow kind of alley between it. Did he put a ladder there and climb up? There really isn't any other way to get on the roof. There isn't any sort of a hatch or something that opens up. You know, maybe he got onto one of the different building though. So this roof over here might have been totally secure, but maybe he got onto one of these over here and then just kind of went across and, you know, crossed right there. You know, we don't know how he got there. Nobody said they actually saw him climb up. Hey, do you have a picture of the ladder somewhere? Anybody? I want to see it. Yeah, he brought his own ladder? Okay. From the beginning, and I won't say anything, all right?
Party has not been united since Ronald Reagan like it is right now. It was united under Ronald Reagan the second time. It was very united. And they said there's never been anything like it. They've never seen a movement like this. Make America great again. You know, Joe Biden talks about we have to stop MAGA. MAGA means make America great again, Joe.
Yeah. You want to stop that?
It means make America great again. That's all we want to do. If he was doing the job, I wouldn't even be doing this. I'd be in some beautiful place with a gorgeous ocean, the
Look, they're all
Mediterranean, the Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look.
Thank you.
There he is right there. Right there, see him?
That's just a
Laying
cop.
down.
Like,
Yeah, he's laying down.
And standing here with you fighting like hell to get us
Hey, thank you, Justin
elected.
Gale.
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And
There he
it's
is.
not easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here. And it's much tougher than if it happened. We had the strongest border ever. In recorded history, we had the best border. In fact, if they could ever put up a chart,
think it's a
I don't
pretty
know
good
if
way
they
to
could
do
it.
this,
You guys
though,
have
right? To
access to that
show
chart that
you.
I love so much. You don't mind if I go off teleprompter, do you? Because these teleprompters are so damn boring. I try and explain that. Oh, there's it. Wow. You guys are doing it. They're getting better with time. My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. See the big red arrow, right? So that's when I left office. That was the lowest point, and that comes right from the government services, comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country.
I sent to my email.
And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that
Thank you.
chart. That chart's a couple of
Alicia?
months old. And if you want to
Alicia?
really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
He's turning this way. Be careful, guys.
He's down, he said. Some husband must be named Russ. She kept shouting, Russ, where are you going, Russ?
We are watching a rally right now. Former President Trump was just in the middle of a speech when what sounded like possible shots were fired. We saw the former president take cover. Security is now surrounding him and getting him out of the event.
Yeah, it's wild. There, just off to the right there, that's where the man got shot in the head. He protected his family and then got shot in the head. It's off to the right. You can't see it. It's interesting how like nobody else is really looking over there too much.
Watch out.
Yeah. So anyways, that was the video that I put out on the other channel today. So I think it's kind of appropriate to play here because we're just kind of looking and just seeing, like even just there's 2 minutes. Easily enough time. Apparently an officer went up there, up the ladder, and then he turned the gun on him and then he went down, and that might have be what sped him up. Okay, I got to get my shots in really quick. Something like that. I don't even know what that is. I don't think that... I'm not going to show that one. I'll wait till I get the That one said, sent it to me on Twitter. Okay, is this the same thing? That's a ladder? It doesn't look like a ladder. So apparently that's a ladder right there? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. No, I can't, Mandarin. I can't do it. If it was blocking your view of anything important, I'd remove it, but it's not. Let's see. Ah, you're sleepy, Lisa? Can you look at the part of the video that shows door 12? No, I can't. Let's see. I mean, you guys are just... Oh, man. Here, maybe in here we can... You're talking about in I don't know, because it's just, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Cindy. I guess that's why. You're always like, hey, can we look at door 12? As if like, oh yeah, door 12, I had it mapped out and I got nowhere. I don't know what you're referring to. Type in a full sentence, like, I have no idea what you're referring to when you say door 12. I mean, I guess we could slowly creep through the yeah, I don't know what that is. Somebody's pointing at some piece of something on the roof and doesn't look like a ladder to me. Or maybe I'll grab the... Alright, that's right, it's over here. You talking about in this video here? Is it this video right here or what? What are you referring? I don't see. My problem is I don't understand what you're saying, Cindy. When you say something 12, it's not like I was like, knew what that meant. That doesn't mean something to me. But let's see. I mean, you see the guys up there, right? And I don't see anything. Right. I mean, that's right there. Yeah. No, I don't see a ladder right there. Let me see what that would look like on here. So they're looking at, those people are looking at just like this. Kind of. Actually, where the hell's door 12 on here? Oh, door 12 is on the other. Huh, that doesn't even really work here. I don't understand that. That doesn't even make any sense. Hey, thanks, Mountain Jam 71. I just don't even see the door 12 or how that's working here. Well, I guess I think it's, isn't that right here? Like maybe whatever unit this is or something. Yeah, I don't know though. Doesn't really make much sense. Maybe there's a really wide shot that somebody takes right there. and I see that door and that door. So that door 12 thing would be over here. So I don't know how that fits in. Don't know. Alright, is that good enough for you? Don't know what that means. And thank you, Mountain Jam 71. No, nobody was injured right there. She probably was shocked or something. I don't know. Okay. So there was a ladder apparently like right here. Is that, if that's a true, that looks like a pretty good image, if that's it. I mean, who knows though? Somebody could just have made that and put it on social media. You know, I don't know. But I'll show it anyways, just because who the hell would do that? Hey, thank you, Tammy, Italian Sweetie. You must be. Thank you. I'll show you in a second. So right here, right? And is that this one? Yeah, so this one has trees where they're right there, you know. So is it on this side? Maybe it's on this side. Oh, here we go. It's over here. It's on this side of the building. The ladder. It's not on that side. So the ladder's right here because I can tell because there's trees right here in there. And let's see if that bush is there too. Yep, there he goes, right there. They didn't get the 3D version of the bush. So that means the ladder was right here. Let's see, so ladder. Okay. So that kind of makes sense. He gets out, he parks, and then just kind of goes up a ladder here, and then so why wouldn't he camp over here where he'd be blocked from view from the snipers over there, but instead he walks all the way over here? I don't know why he would need to do that. So when he climbed up that ladder, he should have stayed right there. I mean, look at that view, that there's a tree there that would have blocked him from the Secret Service snipers, but instead he goes all the way over here for just some unknown reason. I mean, he could have been further over. You know, to be honest with you, I actually think that he is further over than where I have him here. I think he's more like over here, like that. It just looks like he's right there because you can see him, but you know, these people over here are looking up there and they can see the guy on the roof. So maybe he's over here, and then that would sort of make, you have to get him a little bit further over to the left because the angle that Trump turned his head means the bullet flew right by his head, and so that would make it where you'd almost have to take a line from here and maybe go like this, and you know, you'd put him over in this area, you know, if I have that in the right spot. I mean, obviously you could put him here and you look, but you still have to have it where the bullet has to be coming in from outside Trump's right side of his head. Right? Because if he's standing over here and Trump looks backwards, it hits him right in the, if it can hit that ear, it would have to hit his like forehead or something. You understand what I'm saying? What if there's a, let me see if we can find something in here to make this more accurate. that it? Okay, yeah, that's a good one there. That's perfect. That's what I was kind of looking for. Yeah, this is perfect. Hold on. Oh, that's the latter one. Okay. I guess that would have shown me that was the front if I'd looked at that one. Alright, so this one here might be able to get us so we can really kind of narrow down our where the stage was here. Yeah, so you can't be 100% perfect, but let's see. So that's pretty close. They have it where it's straight on. This is straight. Let me show you. See how it's straight on that building right there. And then I have the same line up here, and then Trump's stage is a little bit more back than I have it. So it's further back. It's going to be, so here's this tree is that tree. And it looks like everything else is nice and lined up there, although that's kind of more like that, but it has to be here because that's where the image, that's how it is on this image. I guess it could be a little bit more over here like that. I think that's pretty good. But what we're seeing here then is, so he's looking back at the screen. Okay, now this is really interesting. So the screen is right here that he was looking at the video at. And he's right there, and he kind of turns his head. I don't know how that bullet hit his ear. It's kind of strange. It would have to be, like, he'd have to be shooting from clear over here, actually. You know, to be able to do that. Hey, thanks so much, Ozzy Trisha, for the gifted memberships. Welcome, everybody that got the memberships tonight. So I'm going to move this back. Let's see, I'm not even gonna, okay, there's that road. Yeah, it's not way off. I mean, this is probably, the stand that Trump was on is probably more like right here. I could probably do something where we line something up with it. And I think that's the stage, right? Or is it right here? You guys think this is interesting at all? Because that kid was standing, he was up here on this top of this building. And then the sniper was just off over here. Let's see if we got another shot of this. Okay, yeah, this one's great here. I'll just save a bunch of these out really fast. That wasn't the one. I'm just looking at, there's a whole bunch of these pictures over here. Sign of trouble. Sign of trouble at Trump rally were evident in minutes before gunman. Yeah. Okay. So this is a good image here. I'll show it to you guys. Like, here's another one. That's a good shot. And here's the state. He was standing right there on that red platform, I would imagine. Kind of walks up here and he was standing in front of that area. And so when he would turn his head, that's the big monitor he was looking at. So you got to think that he's turning his head almost, he didn't turn it completely around. He kind of just looked straight across and used his eyes to look at it. Right? So if we go back to the video, let's see. Yeah, so he is kind of looking backwards there. See? So he's like, if you were looking straight, his head slightly more than turned backwards. So let's see if we can figure out exactly how his face was right when the first shot came in. It looked like he was kind of like that. He turns his head right there. Like if he had been hit right then, he'd be dead. That's the weird part about this. If he was right at that angle, but then he turns right there, and this is when it came in. See? He's like, ooh. See? Like it's already right there, right when he kind of, ooh, like that. It already hit his ear. So if you look at that, let's see when what he was when he right there. I mean, his head is perpendicular, basically, don't you think, to the it gets square with the stand, right? His podium there, don't you think? Like if you were just going to say the side of his head, he's basically parallel the side of his head with his podium. So I guess the way you'd look at it would be, you know, if you took that other image we were just looking at, and he's up here, his head is facing it like that, but then this is over here. So I'm not really sure how he was able to, you know, maybe, because he seemed like he had it turned where it's facing like that, and then what's weird about that is if you went straight from there, you're kind of over there. It's hard to have the bullet sort of flying in. I'd love to see where this guy was exactly and do the shot, but it's kind of difficult. It might not be quite parallel. Let's see. Yeah, so maybe in that one it's like it's slightly turned to the left of parallel. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it. Let me turn it all the way around when you had it before. See, that's where it's way back looking at the thing, right? All right. So, but when the bullet came in, see, that's too much. But it's like right there. See, right here. But there he is kind of looking back at that. So, man, how the hell did that miss the other part of his head? Now people are going to start saying the bullet came from another location. It's the grassy knoll, everybody. The grassy knoll. Holy crap, everybody, it's the grassy knoll. Okay, here's another one. Okay, that one kind of makes it seem easier that he could see that, right? You can see him standing there, and even if you just turn to the right, most of his head could see that. All right. That makes some sense. And then let's look at this one again. That's a different one, but similar. Okay, I think the shooter was like right here. He was on almost. He was kind of up where he came off the ladder. But let's see if it could be that way when we're looking at this. So you're seeing him up there. He looks like he's close to the other edge, but could it be that they're just far enough back where they can see him? Let's see. Yeah, so how far, let's see. How do you know how far back he is? He could be all the way near the other end, because now that you look at the angle of the back of the building, he's over at the other side. Yeah, so he's over near the other end, so I think he's kind of... Okay, that makes some sense. I think he's like right over here more. Thank you, Whiskey Boots. So maybe like right over, I think he's kind of over here. And then let's see what happens if you draw a line from that to about where Trump is. Just for the hell of it. You go from right here and right there. So that kind of works. You know, if he has his head almost turned sideways, then that would work. There it is. I think it doesn't work if he's over here. It's absolutely impossible. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I think it's almost obvious, but if you take his head, I mean this end here, and let's just pretend he's over here. Well, that would have gone right through his eye to hit his ear, right? But to hit just his ear, he's probably like right there, see? Because he's up on the stand, and he turned out, it actually matters tremendously, like, do I have this pin exactly correct? You know, because if you move it about 2 more feet to the, you know, you move it just to the left a little bit, like right over here, it makes it a little even more sense, right? Like he's over there, and you put the stand right there, and then you take that and you move this, and then it looks like, okay, almost straight from the side if he's right there, and he's up right near where the ladder was. Oh, I got the super chat up there again. I need to have an automatic button that removes that. I guess I could turn off the thing, the live chat overlay for a little bit. Well, let's see. Well, is it going to be different than what I got? Okay, if it's somebody else just saying that this is the shooter, forget it. Okay, that doesn't help, right? Because it's somebody else pretending that they know. All right, I'm using the information that's real. Okay, they just drew something on the screen. So, thanks for sending that, but I can't use something like that. I got to try to figure it out on my own. That's just somebody else's diagram, and they drew something in, and they're just guessing. Hey, thanks, Alex. And this account, unbelievable, he is alive. Yeah, it's just pure luck. You know, he'd be dead if he was looking forward, and even at a 45-degree angle. You can guarantee that. So let's try to like dial this in by looking at if I can turn it around like this. And maybe this one is good. So that's where the stand is. And it looks like they have some sort of a, is that what this is right there? That would be really helpful if that's really what that is. Oh yeah, that is what that is. Okay, so this little road thing here is that. Because you can see, then it goes like this and then forward, like that. See how there's this thing that goes like that? So I'm pretty sure that that's what that is. It doesn't seem to continue across, but the Google Earth is probably much older. So we have that, and that means it's just in front of that. So Trump, let's see. So he's more than, wow, so the tent's actually back there is on this road. So there's a tent and then the buildings. So you got the tents here. Here, maybe I can draw something on there to put the tents in. Yeah. So the tents are just kind of like on here, and then one of them goes out. Like halfway of this one. Kind of goes out there a little bit, then like this. then back in like that, and then over here. I'll just put this in there. Okay, so those are the tents. Except I don't know exactly how far that was. I mean, I just took a guess. We'll just say that, though. Those are some tents. Then in between, so there's some stands that are right here. It almost feels like it's in between. His podium is closer to this line. I mean, I would actually move this then, and then it starts even making more sense. So let me move this. I think this is actually his podium is kind of like right in this area where he was standing, about right there. Okay, and I'm showing, let me just show you what I'm looking at. See, here's the podium, and I think this path goes across here. And I'm saying that because see how, look over here, you notice how there's this line and then you have this kind of right there and then it goes up. That's exactly what's over here. So I think this is a continuation of whatever that line was here. And it's closer. See how that line is there, this gravel, and then this gravel's way back there. So this is probably a quarter of the way, or you know, just a little over a quarter of the way from here to there. And so, you know, it could be like right here-ish, something like that, like boom, 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 and then you're right there. So I think if it's there, if you put that little podium right there, then you move this, and then you even have a more side shot. And you can move him. I mean, I think that's probably the position. Something like that. I don't know if he was over here. If he's over there, that'd be almost a miracle to make that ear wound, because the bullet has to come in from directly parallel to the side of his cheek to hit that ear. Don't you guys agree with that? Yeah. So the bullet would have to come in parallel with the side of his head to hit an ear, because if it's not, it has to be perfectly parallel to hit his ear where it got hit. I mean, you're talking about, if you're just, that's why it's so crazy. He could have a devastating wound to his face if that bullet was a quarter of an inch to the right. You know, even though he might have lived on that one, it just would have absolutely devastated like his eye socket, or, you know, like who the hell knows, just like right over there. It's crazy. All right, so I mean, I think that's more accurate now. And he's standing in the front of it, so yeah. And how is it compared to the middle? All right, so it's actually off to the right. See? That middle building, it's off to the right side of it, coming down. So let's see how we got that. There's the right side. So I think we're pretty close, just even there. All right, so I feel pretty good about that. So I don't think the shooter, there's any chance that the shooter could be over on this side of the building. It's almost impossible. You see why? Because if his face, he'd have to have his face pointing almost like that for then the bullet to be coming in from over there. Like you would actually draw a line like that. So I don't know. I mean, it could be a little bit further to the left and his head wasn't quite turned. You know, either way, he's not right next to this edge here. I can tell you that. So like if you put it over there, oh, that's not going to work. Jesus. Yeah, you move it to right here, let's say, and then it doesn't really work, right? Because his head is completely sideways during that shot. So you go over to here, see, and then at 201, that there it's not. That shot angle there would work for where we just had it. But look at he's up there. You know what's crazy up here? You can actually see, I think, the part of the rifle right there. I'm not sure what he's looking through, though. It's weird. But then all of a sudden he starts shooting. I mean, look at that. He's actually looking down something right there. So it's probably a downward shot for him because he's above Trump. And boom, this is right when the first shot, he already let one go just now. And see, he felt something. I feel like this is like the Zapruder film or something. It's crazy. See? I don't know how the hell, this is crazy. Jesus. Man. No, it wasn't staged. That's the one I can't stand when people say it. You know what's funny, everybody? There's never been any of these things have never been staged. None of them. Sandy Hook was real. Columbine was real. Reagan was actually shot. Somebody shot at Trump. They're all real things that actually happened. But every time one of these things happen, people come and say, "Oh, it's staged! It's staged!" And yet they have never been. No, Gray. Not that you know of. Okay. All right. Maybe it'll be that first time. I just feel so fortunate that he didn't get. I mean, the country is like if he didn't get hit right in the face, you know, because that's what we'd be seeing. And I probably wouldn't be able to show it on YouTube or anything, but that's what we all would have seen. You know, I actually watch, you know, probably 75% of his rallies, you know, just kind of exercising or doing something. Maybe even 80. I mean, I watch them. I just turn them on and check it in, you know. And I was just thinking, man, I don't know. I think you would end up having something like PTSD if you literally witnessed like something like that get killed right there live, you know. I don't know if you would or not, but I could definitely see you having that because it's just absolutely trippy seeing something like that. I was actually watching this. Yeah, me too. That's what I'm saying, Laura. I was on my treadmill watching it, and then I jump off the treadmill, and about like 20 minutes later, I come back in the room, and the treadmill's still running. I did get my 2 miles in, though. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. All right, well, I think we got that dialed in, right? I think it's more like right over here. At minimum, like right in this range. You know, and this really, it absolutely matters exactly where the podium was. Because as you can see, that's a pretty parallel shot there, right? Where his head's turned sideways, looking that direction. And it's pretty interesting. You know, let's go back out and look at one of those photos again. Because, man, when he's turning his head, he can almost see, like imagine he's standing right there on that podium. And when he turns his head to look at the TV, he's almost looking at the guy right over here. Of course, you can't see him, but the VP, it wasn't the one I wanted, but he seems like a cool dude. I mean, he's young. He's, you know. You know what? He just picked whoever he wanted to pick. And that's really kind of what you should do, right? Should you really have to pick somebody for political reasons? I mean, I hate that part of it. Well, let's pick this guy because he checks a few boxes and we can bring in some. Or wouldn't you just rather have the one you want to be with? You know, the one that you agree with? Because it was real, Chibi. It was real, yeah. That's why we think it's real, because it was. Yeah. And you know how you actually know is the way Trump responded. He had that little, that weird sound he made. That's exactly what people do. Well, Gray, you see what they did was they coached him before. Hey, you need to make this little tiny, small sort of. Right. And so the guy in the audience who got his head shot, you think that was just stage 2, that somebody did it off to the side and They're just saying it came from. I mean, this is what I'm saying. These people are lunatics, you guys. So yes, I am doing my own channel on, political channel. This isn't really political here. This is just talking about, what happened here on the stage. It's actually a crime, a shooting that happened. And so that's where it's different. So I can do this on either here or over there. But my other videos that I'm making are pointing out the absolute ridiculous things that are said for political purposes that are untrue. Okay? Yeah. And you just have to watch it to know if I'm showing you what the truth is, because it's pretty obvious. Got a bunch more to make. Unfortunately, over there, that channel isn't monetized. There's no ad revenue or anything. So, like, all the work I'm doing is just trying to get it so it's set up. But I could use you guys, if you're interested, you go over and subscribe over there and help get some views going. That'd be cool. Hold on. All right. Here we go. I had to get back my control panel that was off. All right, so let me go through these. I gotta go use the restroom now. Do you mind? I mean, I know people, you're going to the restroom. I'm out of here. Well, see you later. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. But we'll just look up some of these other. There's a whole bunch of articles. I'm trying to figure out what the hell was going on here. Yeah. Let me see that one. Yeah, I've seen those. Those videos. Yeah, I've seen that one too. Yeah, I've already seen all that stuff. I just think through it on my own. You guys don't need to send me the work that other people did, all right? I don't know why people do that. I've said it 100 times. I just like to figure stuff out, and if you... Thank you, it's me, Calamity. I don't want to watch some other person's video or thoughts on it. I'm just doing it myself. No, that's incorrect, the one that somebody else sent me. That's what I'm saying. And let's see, what's this one? Yeah, I got that one. Have you seen the ones of the dude at school? Yeah, where he's like a BlackRock commercial. Yeah, I got that one. Thank you, it's me, Calamity. Didn't go nuts as they planned us to. Yeah, I mean, this country got really close to something really bad if he had been shot there. I mean, like he died from it. Video showing the area where the attendee was killed. Yeah, I don't want to watch that. I saw the video where they were helping, were trying to do CPR on the guy, and then they put a towel over his head because his head was just completely, like, exploded almost. So I saw that video. It's not appropriate to play on YouTube, so that's why I'm not playing it. All right, so I'll be back here in just a minute. How about this one? Hey, they did everything they can. Yep. Yeah, this one's a really good one. I mean, you could literally take this image here. Here, let me do something here. All right, I know sounds crazy to you guys, but I think this works. Let's get rid of that. I'll get the exact spot here now. Hold on a second. All right. So here we go. This is going to be crazy. That's the perfect one there. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to go find that same image. Now good. That one. And look at that. I don't know why I didn't think of that originally. But so hold on a second. We'll get the exact spot. There will be no questions asked about it. Here we go. Property. So let me move this around just to kind of look and see what we're looking at here. All right. That's over here. And then we're going to rotate it. So that's probably pretty good there. You see how close we ended up guessing at when we're all done here. God, you guys are lucky to have somebody like me. You know, it's just, it's just hard. It's so absolutely amazing, isn't it? Look at that. You can line these up right with the building. So that's just got part of that one and this one. So we're getting close to the right size. Yeah, so that goes right in there like that. I mean, this is, yeah, right there. And how good is that one? That looks pretty good. Let me rotate it some more, or back. Yeah, but see, that's right there. Okay, it needs to be smaller. Now it's pretty good. So that doesn't have the whole building on this one. That one, the only full building is this one right here. So that's pretty close. I mean, it looks like maybe if I just made it a little bit bigger. Yeah, so pretty much like that. That is super chat worthy, you guys. Definitely super chat worthy. But we got to move this move a little bit like that. I can see the path is really kind of the main thing. Let me get rid of this stupid thing now. Let me definitely. Take that out of the way, and now we can just line up the There we go. Just line up the lines here. Is that close? So that needs to be a little bit bigger. And it's cool. Look at even the road. It's like right when it's curving, like right there. I think that's. Man, that's so close. Hey, thank you, Cowgirl Sally. Said, so glad I saw your live tonight. Thank you for all your hard work. Well, wow, what a nice thing to say. Thank you. All right, look at that. How good does that look right there, you guys? I mean, that looks like this line up here matches. This one lines up. You got the tents in there. Let me just move it out a little bit again. Okay, so that building is, so it might be a little bit further down. Like this, that building and that building. Yeah. So that's interesting. That's even exactly where that thing is sticking out right there. And then let's just go right there. Boom. Okay. There it is. And look at that, can just sit there, and now you don't have to question it ever again. You can just say, there it is. And now, look how we were damn close, just eyeballing it. But now we can put him right there. Okay, he's standing like right here. And so now we can take this and move it to right here. And then, isn't that cool how, I mean, now it's part of the everything, right? So there it is, and the shot came in. So I would still, if I was going to say if his head was completely parallel to the bullet, I would move it to like right, probably something like this. Like he's right there. And there we go. I think that's kind of what's going on there. And the person who got shot was in this stand over here. And, you know, they hit people over in these stands. So I don't know exactly. There was a person that felt like he was right over here, but he got kind of wild with this. But that would make it seem, let's see. The person that, wasn't he over on this side that was shot, though, in this stands? So then it would sort of make it seem like, what happens if you go like this? Let's see. They take that and they move it like right here. Then you're sort of like you just missed there and you're hitting somebody right here. And then his head would just have to be turned. It's just so amazing, like the odds of his head and the bullet. But anyways, you can see how it could work. I mean, it just, we don't know exactly where he was, but this is pretty good right here. That's just nuts. Even, you know, what's crazy is the picture had that same white building thing right here, and now you can't see it because it's on it. It's nuts. Absolutely. It's underneath it, but it's right in that same spot, and so is the other one right here. So those are both in the correct location. See? So I think that's really accurate. All right. Well, this is where you got to go if you want to have the correct. It almost worked, Esther. Almost worked. We got one taker who thought, yes, that is super chat worthy. But you know, here's the problem, you guys. You guys are so used to greatness that it's like, why is this any different than any other night? Did you hear, Gray? What a narcissist. Yeah. See, you guys, that's why I don't like having other people go, ooh, here's what I think, and draw a picture and these kind of things, where you can actually get the exact, you know, this is about as close as you're going to get right here. This is it. And look at even that. Look, it's off to the right of that building, just like we had it. That was a broad sweeping statement. There are some women who could be able to protect. Well, yeah, his son. I don't know if it. Which son is the middle son? He's got Don Jr. and then who's the other one? Eric, is that right? Eric or something? Yeah, he said that that girl was his. That's what I said. I said Eric. Yeah. You guys must be on a delay. Do I need to do the auctioneer again? Eric. Do I hear Eric? Do I hear Eric? 25, 30, 35, 40, Eric, 50, 55, 60, Eric. Right. Yeah, that lady that's on the stage, that was his Secret Service agents, and he said she's great, totally capable of doing everything. Yeah, people just get Donald Trump isn't the easiest. I knew Zozo would be the last one too. The Donald Trump is probably the hardest person to ever be. You know, normally they allow themselves to be whisked away, right? But he's like, hey, hold on, let me get my shoes. Hey, hey, hold on a second. Hey, everybody, fight! Come on, let's go. You know. And he's stopping them from whisking him away, and then it causes problems. Oh shit! And this thing falls on the ground, and you know, it's just. All right, let's see. Go back to the articles now. I feel glad having this on there now. I don't have to keep wondering. I think it's about as close as that you can get. I mean, it's, you know, I'm sure I can move this in a little bit, maybe. Let me just try a little bit more here, because it looks like it needs to be about like that. Right there. Now the lines are, the cement's lined up there. And then that means we have to take pin and move it back slightly again to there, and then to here, and probably something in there. And that kind of works, you know. Standing there, you know, it's, I don't know, jeez, it's just weird to me. Like if it was a little bit more over here, it has to be almost kind of like right there. But it's hard to say, you know, it's hard to absolutely 100%. Thank you, a blank slate. The FBI has gained access to Thomas Matthew Crook's phone in Trump assassination attempt. The FBI announced they have successfully gained access to the phone belonging to Thomas Matthew Crooks, the would-be assassin who opened fire on former President Trump at his rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on Saturday. FBI technical specialists successfully gained access to Thomas Matthew Crook's phone, and they continue to analyze his electronic devices, the agency wrote in a press release. Law enforcement sources with knowledge of the situation tell Fox News the weapon Crooks used, a DPMS AR-15 5.56. I guess we can see what that looks like. And by the way, you guys, we're $12 short of me giving away 5 memberships. So who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? So I guess this one. Right there. Oh, that's a... What's the difference? That looks like an M16 over here. DPMSD, and then it says AR. Well, something like that. Let's put it that way. The FBI finished its search of Crook's home and vehicle. A little more than a dozen guns were found in the home. Crook's family is still cooperating with the FBI, Fox News has confirmed. What are you talking about, Cindy? How do you know something just isn't right? Jesus. Are you saying they said something just isn't right? Yeah, are they those people? So come on, you guys, are you going to do it? We can do it, man. The FBI is focused on the gunman, his motive, and potential associations, building a timeline of events and related matters, while the Secret Service is conducting a separate review of its security protocol. Chairman Green is pleased to know the FBI has so far conducted nearly 100 interviews and has access to the gunman's phone. Thanks, Alley Cake. Chairman Green was assured by EAD Wells that the FBI intends to be transparent with Congress during its investigation. Chairman Green intends to schedule a site visit, if possible, once the scene has been processed, and looks forward to being briefed by USSS as soon as possible. The FBI said it conducted nearly 100 interviews of law enforcement personnel, event attendees, and other witnesses. It has also received hundreds of digital media tips which include photos and videos taken at the scene. The agencies began its investigation into Crooks and the shooting shortly after the Saturday attack. Agents went to Crooks' home and the home of his parents on Sunday and Monday. They are investigating the incident as an assassination attempt and possible domestic terrorism. Thank you, this account. Hey, Cindy, things just aren't adding up. That's my favorite line. Like, you could have a case that's so cut and dry. I mean, this isn't really absolutely crystal clear, but, you know, it's just shoddy. Whatever it is, they're going to investigate and figure out what it is. And here we go. I'm getting the 5 memberships. But if you're out there and you want to help support the channel, maybe make up for yesterday, I would appreciate it. Yesterday was a grueling day on YouTube. 3 hours over there on the new one, and two and a half over here. And that channel isn't monetized, so it's just totally, you know, an entire, you know, you're just trying to build the channel up. It's kind of stupid on YouTube's behalf, by the way. Why do they care? You know. But anyways, welcome to Brandy Razzo, Lauren Malloy, Pink Diamond, A. Bennett, and Ms. Shea. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be dead, Trump told the New York Post. I'm supposed to be dead. The doctor at the hospital said he'd never saw anything like this. He called it a miracle. Trump also told the newspaper on board his private plane while heading to Milwaukee, Wisconsin for this week's Republican National Convention. He said, "By luck or by God, many people are saying it's by God, I'm still here." Trump told the Post that had he not turned his head slightly to the right. See, didn't I say this like immediately after this? The first night? I mean, I'm just, I mean, the very first night we were doing, like, within 20 minutes, like, I went on live quick after this. And that's where I got that. I did a live where it was so offensive to people that some of them said, "Gray, I liked your channel and everything, but the comments you said, I'm leaving now. Bye." Why do you need to tell me? Okay? Nobody's impressed by your comment. Nobody goes, "Wow." Well, they do say "wow." They're saying, "Wow, how idiotic," or "how embarrassing," that kind of thing. See, the doctor at the hospital said he never saw anything like it, man. By luck or by God, many people are saying it's by God, I'm still here. Trump told, either way, it's the luckiest freaking thing that there ever was, okay? I mean, it is absolutely, look at it, it's Trump, for God's sakes. It's amazing. I mean, how in the hell did he do that? See, that's why I think it's staged. What are the odds? Right. He said, "Hey, can you? You're a great shot, son. Can you take a shot that literally grazes my ear?" He described the Secret Service agents who rushed at him as linebackers, mentioning another one eliminated the gunman with one shot right between the eyes. Yeah. I mean, that's what's so amazing. That one shot that finally, when the guy got his tripod turned, you're the one shot, done. They did a fantastic job, he told the Post. It's surreal for all of us. FBI leads investigation into the attempted assassination of former President Trump. Former President Trump opened up for the first time since the attempt on his life Monday, telling reporters what it was like to be fired at on stage. Plans for the Republican National Convention are moving forward with few changes. The shooter has been identified as Thomas Matthew Crook. You know what would be hard to do is appear in public again. After that, man, you just kind of be looking at like, wow, is a bullet just going to come whizzing in from, I think he'll choose locations a little bit more wisely, though. Plans for the Republican National Convention are moving forward. The shooter has been identified as Thomas Matthew Crooks. Corey Comparatori was fatally shot, while two other victims, 57-year-old David Dutch of New Kennington, Pennsylvania, and 74-year-old James Koppenhaver. Yeah, that's what I thought. They're all men of Moon Township, Pennsylvania, were both shot and are now in stable condition. Yeah, Trump wasn't going to be appearing again if that had come in. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's not one of those kind of people, though. I mean, when he does his next, he's going to keep doing these campaigns, the rallies out there. There's no way he's not doing those. So, man, I'm just kind of curious to see how he can do it. He had a couple of years, when he did it, ran the first time, somebody ran up on stage, I think with a knife or something, and they tackled him. Several major questions have emerged for the U.S. Secret Service to answer in the aftermath of the shooting of Donald Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania. The FBI has taken on the role of lead investigator into the incident, during which one person was killed and two others critically injured, while Trump was wounded in the ear. As the U.S. demands answers, the Secret Service says it is working to discover what happened, how it happened, and how we can prevent an accident like this. Or an incident. Okay, good. It said incident. For a minute I was wondering. Hey, thanks. This account. Hey, everybody. I'm really just an AI Gray tonight. What did you guys think of that? You know what's funny? There's people that would believe that. Hey, Gray would have E covered the same had been Joe or... Let's see. Gray would have covered the same. Yeah, if it was Biden, we'd be going over the same angles and everything. Same shit. Right. Covered the same had it been Joe and not Don. I'm not sure if... did somebody say I wouldn't? Yeah, of course I would. Yeah, I mean, I always think these things are interesting. I like trying to figure out the puzzle using the available resources, just images and things like that. And, you know, I was trying to look for a really great overhead shot, and that was the one. And I think that really just kind of makes it easy now. Like you can see. Let me look at that one other picture just for a second. I still might have to like adjust this a little bit, minor, you know. Let me just look at this one now. Let me see how accurate this is. You know, so this shows you the tent location. Oh, I mean, that's just perfect. Look at the, like that tent. I mean, if anything, it's like a foot over to the left or something. And then this one over here goes right to the door. See that? Yeah, so it might be where I can take this, let me just see. Just move it over slightly, like something like that. Does that work? How does that do with those other items that were right there? Yeah, I think that's better. It's a little over like that. But anyways, it's all close. It's close enough. You know. Close enough for government work. Oh, you know what? We didn't finish reading. Did I finish reading that last night? The Melania's statement? Or did I? I think I did. Right? I think I was in the middle of this. Several major questions have emerged. Yeah, we did that. Why was the gunman's roof not secured in advance? Now I want to listen to this guy after we just watched that stuff again.
So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, you know. But we noticed the guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, you know, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? You know, like they didn't know what was going on. You know, we're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. You know, he's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2 or 3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely, at least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service.
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were
I just
looking
got an email. It says that he purchased the ammo and the ladder that day. Anyways, thanks everybody for sending me stuff. What I don't want are like diagrams that somebody else drew, okay? Because those are like, who knows what they're coming up with. I think what we just did a minute ago is more accurate.
at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof.
I know, we already figured out what side
he was
on.
behind where they could see. But why is there not?
I know, we saw the video, but we don't know if he's on the side. We already played that. Watch. I think he's further away, actually. Watch. So see up when you look at that image, you have all these pipes like boom, 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 and that's the end over there. And he's way over there. See how he's way over on that side? He's closer to that side of the trees. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what I'm saying. I think he's further away over there.
Yeah, he's laying down.
They can just kind of see him because they're back a ways, and there's not a lot of angle to it.
And somewhere with you fighting like hell to get it.
See how far back they are? That's why they can see somebody way across. And so they're like, I think he's. Can you make out those little pipe things? No, but I think he's over here, on the far end. Like, I guess, near this side, is if that's what you're saying. An eyewitness to the shooting told BBC that he had clearly spotted him. Yeah. What Secret Service too reliant on local police? The gunman fired his shots from what police have described as a secondary ring, which was patrolled not by the Secret Service, but by local and state officers. See, that's what I was thinking earlier. A former Secret Service agent said this sort of arrangement only worked when there was a clear plan on what to do when a danger was spotted. When you rely on the local law enforcement partners, you better have carefully planned and told them what you expect them to do about the threat, Jonathan Wackrow told the Washington Post. Now, what's this? The county sheriff has admitted there had been a failure.
Secret Service fail to stop this?
But said there's no party to blame.
The FBI says this was an attempted assassination, that it's surprising the attacker was able to open fire. BBC Verifies examined videos, eyewitness testimony and satellite imagery to build up a detailed picture of how that happened. On Saturday night, Donald Trump was speaking at a campaign event in the city of Butler in Pennsylvania. He took to the stage at 6:03. There were bleachers behind him and Secret Service snipers on a roof. Just over 100 meters away were these buildings outside the rally venue. From the nearest, the gunman had a clear line of sight to the stage. This video shows the same buildings. It was filmed at 6:10. We know this because we can hear Trump's speech in the background. The smaller building on the right is the one the gunman was on. In this video, we see a man talking to someone who appears to be a police officer. They both look at the buildings. An eyewitness also told the BBC that while Trump was speaking, they'd seen someone on the roof.
We noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us. We're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what?
They'd seen someone on the roof.
We noticed a guy.
Someone who appears to be a police officer. They both look at the buildings.
So small.
An eyewitness also told the BBC that while Trump was speaking.
All right, so that where these people are standing right now must be like just right here. Yeah. So they're standing right there, and they're pointing at somebody. Notice how you can't see them in this shot here? think it's more like that. Oh, look at that. So that's almost perfect. See that? It's probably more like this. There we go.
They'd seen someone on the roof.
We noticed a guy crawling.
Hey, by the way, where's Ivanka been? I haven't seen her like this whole time. Have you guys? And Jared?
Bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us. We're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on.
The police haven't responded to this claim. There's also this video filmed by a member of the
That
public
guy's way back
and
there.
showing the gunman as he opens fire. At 11 minutes past 6, there were 3 shots. Trump raises his hand to his right ear and ducks. There are more shots. One person in the crowd was killed, 2 others were critically injured. This video shows an injured man being carried away. Cross-referencing with other videos, we know this is in the bleacher to the right of the stage.
They're all there.
That's
Yeah.
consistent with a shot being fired from the roof towards Trump.
Yeah, I just said the same thing.
Seconds after the shots were fired, in the words of the Secret Service, snipers neutralized the shooter. This video shows a person motionless on the roof of the building. On the stage, Secret Service agents surrounded Donald Trump before moving him away. We have a clear picture of how
my
this
version's
attempted
better.
assassination played out.
Was Trump taken off stage quickly enough? Well, no, because he wouldn't let them. The agents who shielded Trump have received praise, including from former agent Robert McDonald, who said they did a fairly good job despite there being no exact playbook on what to do in such a situation. But the question those guys are such incredible heroes, there's somebody shooting at him and they just dive on top of him waiting to take the bullets. Ridiculous. Not ridiculous. It's amazing. I'm just saying it's ridiculous how brave that is. Like, who the hell? Man, that's insane. Footage of the incident shows them rapidly forming a shield around him in the immediate wake of the gunshot, but then appearing to pause as Trump asked to gather his shoes. The former president, he knows these people, so he's like, yeah, let me get my shoes. And they might have heard in their ear that the gunman was down, right? Because I remember one time they said, good. After they said, he's down, they said, good. So they probably didn't have the immediate, their sustaining fire situation where they need to get him the hell out of there right then. A Secret Service veteran told the New York Times he would not have waited. If that's me there, no. We are going, and we are going now. If it's me, I'm buying him a new pair of shoes. Yeah, that makes sense. Secret Service faces questions about leaving building out of security zone. Overlapping investigations will focus on the decision the protection agency made before immediately after bullets nearly hit former President Trump directly. The building from which a gunman fired at former President Trump on Saturday was, at least in hindsight, an obvious security risk, of course. Its rooftop offered an ideal sniper's perch with a close, elevated, and unobstructed view of Mr. Trump. But when the Secret Service drew up plans for Saturday's rally, it left that building outside its security perimeter. So they drew the plans and left it outside the security perimeter. Why, though? It's right there. Instead, local law enforcement officials in Butler, PA were given responsibility, that's what I was saying earlier, for that building, and no police officers were stationed on the roof itself. The building, used as a warehouse by equipment manufacturer AGR International, has become a focal point of myriad investigations into the shooting that nearly felled a former American president, one that Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas I can't stand that guy. On Monday, called a security failure. He's just been an absolute travesty, that guy. The first question is why the building about 450 feet from the stage was left out of the perimeter. A Secret Service advance team visited the site and made the determination, and a supervisor would have had to approve it. The agency so far has not said who that was.
Look, they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
It's the same one.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there.
Yeah, he's way over there.
Right there, see him?
Yeah, see that?
He's laying down, see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
You can see by the perspective.
Instead, I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a Senate.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look. There he is.
Easy, because we have millions.
That's just weird.
Officer. People in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals.
He's
We
on
have
the roof. He's
drug
right.
dealers. We have people that
Right
should not be
here,
here.
right on the
And
roof.
it's much
He's
tougher
cleaning
than
up now.
it happens.
He went right on the roof again.
That is just one of many. This is the New York Times. That is just one of many unanswered questions. It is also unclear how the gunman got on the roof. People at the rally reported a suspicious person to local law enforcement. Quickly thereafter, rally visitors pointed out a man on the warehouse on the street service shot and killed him after Secret Service shot and killed him after he began his assault. The Secret Service has not said whether local law enforcement officers made service agents aware of a suspect or whether those officers were up to the task of dealing with this situation. But the central question is whether the Secret Service failed at its most basic mission, keeping America's leaders, including a former president, safe. Well, obviously they failed, right? The security lapse is now the center of overlapping investigations run by members of Congress and the Secret Service itself. On Monday, the leaders of the Senate Homeland Security Committee announced their own investigation into Saturday night shooting. Senators Gary Peters, Democrat of Michigan, and Rand Paul, Republican of Kentucky, told the Secret Service in a letter that they want to know how the suspect was able to get this close to a Secret Service protectee. An incident like this cannot happen, Mr. Mayorkas told CNN, adding, "When I say something like this cannot happen, we are speaking of a failure." Former federal law enforcement officials have said the Secret Service should have ensured the building was secured before the rally took place. The agency often relies on local law enforcement agencies for security at events. One witness to Saturday's shooting said that he had been allowed to walk into the same area as the warehouse without a security check. Nathan Stedman said that he and his daughter stood under a nearby tree where they had a clear view of Mr. Trump. Within minutes of Mr. Trump taking the stage, Mr. Stedman said he noticed people pointing out the building adjacent to the tree they were sitting under. He went to take a closer look, then saw the shooter crawl across on the roof and pull out a black barrel of a gun. Mr. Stedman turned toward his daughter, who was about 30 feet away, and screamed, "He's got a gun!" Mr. Stedman said the shooter then rolled over onto his back, turned the opposite direction, and fired twice in the direction away from where Mr. Trump was speaking. Oh, really? Mr. Stedman said he could not see who the gunman was shooting at. Maybe he was shooting at that officer. After those first shots, Mr. Stedman started to run and then heard another volley of gunshots. Well, that's sort of weird. So that means, likely just prior to that, the gunman was shooting at an officer, and then because of that, he quickly had to change and start shooting faster. So he didn't really get a great line. He had to do it quick. And that might have also helped.
But why didn't the officer do more? Once he got shot at, he should have, waited a second and got back up there and shot again. Hey, thanks. This account. We the people. We the people must unite and stop division. Yeah, well, it's. I think that ship sailed. If you can't even talk about reality and you get canceled, those people aren't. It's not going to work. He said he was stunned that he had been allowed to get so close. We never should have been allowed to go where we were, Mr. Stedman said. Why that building was not secured, it makes no sense. It is still not clear when and how the gunman got on the roof of the warehouse. Anthony Guglielmi, a Secret Service spokesman, said on Sunday that local law enforcement had been notified of a suspicious person by rally visitors before the event started. In an interview on Monday, he said that local police officers were in contact through radio with the agency before the shooting, including about the concerned warning from the passerby. I wonder if they saw that same person. There were radio communications between the Secret Service and local authorities acknowledging that the local police were dealing with an incident, an issue of a suspicious person. Mr. Guglielmi declined to provide more details, citing the pending investigation. At 6:03 p.m. local time, Mr. Trump took the stage at the Butler Farm Showgrounds, clapping and gesturing to the crowds as the song God Bless America, God Bless the USA played. By 6:09 p.m., videos analyzed by the New York Times show people in attendance were pointing at the roof of the warehouse. 2 minutes later, the first shots rang out. In aerial videos taken after the shooting, a ladder can be seen propped up against the building from which the shooter fired. An employee for AGR who works in the warehouse told the Times that employees there had never seen this ladder near the building before. It is unclear if this ladder was placed by the shooter or law enforcement responders responding to the shooting. Well, that's a good point, I guess. Former Secret Service agents said that the agency begins planning for campaign events like this one days before. 1 days? Like this one, days before. Just, I don't know. It doesn't have a, like this one, days before. Dispatching its advanced team to survey the site and meet the local authorities. In Butler, the security service first reached out to the local authorities about the rally on July 5th, 8 days beforehand, and held its first meeting with them on July 8th, according to Steve Bicehouse, the County Emergency Service Director. Donald Mihalek, a former Secret Service agent who worked in the protective detail for President George W. Bush and former President Barack Obama, said the service's standard procedure is to finalize with the local authorities a security plan before the event, known as a preliminary survey. The survey is then approved by a Secret Service supervisor. Leadership of other local law enforcement agencies also can weigh in. Supervisors get briefed on the plan and check to see if there's any gaps and try to fill those gaps. And once that's done, it's game time. He also said that the service tends to be stretched thin during campaigns when they must protect both the sitting president and candidates simultaneously. For events like this one, the Secret Service divides the security zone into 3 sections: an inner perimeter staffed by the Secret Service, a middle perimeter that includes checkpoints staffed by both the Secret Service and local law enforcement, and an outer perimeter typically policed by local law enforcement. In towns that have previously hosted Trump rallies, police chiefs said that the Secret Service has the ultimate authority over where the security perimeters are set. Michael Caron, chief of Windham, North New Hampshire Police Department, said his team had worked 3 presidential events, including a Trump rally in 2023 at the town's high school. For that event, Mr. Karen said the Secret Service advance team contacted him about a week ahead to inform him of the location. Let's see. During the team's visit, the Secret Service discussed the site, which local law enforcement officials, as well as contingency plans, and what kind of assets and manpower the agencies could provide. Let's see, where were we? That's good enough. Anyways, I think that's about it, you guys. Sounds like I want to see what the results of the investigation are, basically. But anyways, I appreciate you guys being here tonight. It's kind of late night, but you know, I thought we got a lot done, you know. But don't forget to check out my other channel. It's called Red, Gray, Blue. Just one word, though. There's no spaces or anything. And check it out. It's my new, I have like a channel where I make videos on sort of politics and sort of, you know, anything related that I find to be like hypocritical, things like that, lies, you know. Looks like 3 different people. The Secret Service is doing an investigation, Homeland Security is doing an investigation, and also like the Security Council. They're doing one too. But anyways, thank you tonight to John Dunn for the 20 memberships he gave out. Then Boggle Queen, Mrs. Wild, Alley Cake. We didn't make it to the well, actually, I can do the spin since he didn't want to play anyway. Where is it? So here's the Wheel of Names. Who's going to win this time? All right, here we go. What? That actually switched over to Lori. Wait a minute. That was crazy. Wow, look at that. I'm not even sure. I'm going to have to get like a magnifying glass in there. I didn't even hear it click to Lori B either. But Lori B, you won. You won the notebook. So send me your address and send it on over. I got a whole bunch I got to ship out pretty soon. That's so funny. Look, it's right on the line. I don't know if you can see that. All right, also thank you to Alley Cake, Lisa Mounts, Donna Buchanan, Plato, This Account, Lori B, Connie E, Mountain Jam 71, Justin Gale, Alicia Nelson, Tammy Italian Sweetie, new 1 month, and then Mountain Jam 71, Tammy Italian Sweetie, then Ozzy Trisha gifted 5 memberships, then Mindy 22, Whiskey Boots, then Alex, then this account, and this account, and this account, and it's Mick, how do you say that? It's Me Calamity. Then Cowgirl Sally, A Blank Slate, Alley Cake, this account, Connie E, Cindy J, Cheryl. Then I gifted 5 memberships. Then I think I need to put like did I get this account up above? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you had 5. Maybe there's another. I'll give you one for tomorrow just in case. All right, you had 5 on there though. All right, then it was yeah, this account and this account. So maybe there's 2 more. All right. All right. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it. You guys find that interesting at all? I mean, look how cool that is. We got the exact spot now. Look at that. Boom. And look at that. That's the flag, I think, that when he was taken down. Where was he taken off the stage? No, it must have been somewhere else. Must have been up here. They probably took it off. But I think we got a lot done tonight. Very cool. I don't know. Maybe we'll continue in the same vein tomorrow. I think it's kind of interesting. I think it's important to try to figure out what the hell happened here. All right. But I was on Court TV tonight for the Madeline Soto regarding the new information that came out. Well, thanks, SS Psyops. You're usually asleep by now. Well, I put some people to sleep too. So, all right. Well, anyways, thanks everybody for being here tonight. I am here. See, but I do exist. It wasn't that. I wasn't a AI character. Look at blue. Look at blue there, huh? Oh, I think I see Chloe right next to him. I found this really old video. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I'll just spend a second looking for it. If I can't find it, then I'm not going to. I found a video from 8 years ago of blue. Yeah, see if I can find it. That's not it. Where is he? Yeah, I might have made it unlisted. So now I gotta try that again. Hold on. Filter. You guys probably want to see that, right? An old picture of blue. That's not a picture. He's actually running around. Oh, is this by date? Okay. Yeah, this is 2016. Oh, so it's my first upload. I mean, like, it's not first, but look at it. Okay, look at it. Oh, wait, you can't see it. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Go get it. Come on, buddy. Come on, Blue.
And this is before I was even doing like any live streams or anything.
Go get it. Come on, buddy. Come on, Blue. Come on, Blue. Come on.
Look at him. Look at him. Oh. Shit, man. That's like 70 years ago.
Come on, Blue.
Man, he would just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh yeah, watch this though. It's a 360-degree camera too.
Very good.
Forgot. Yeah, so you can do that.
Go get it. Come on, buddy. Come on, Blue. Come on, Blue. Come on. Come on, bring it. Oh, God. Come on, Blue. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Good boy. Very good.
He'll still play like that sometimes. I think he's like 11 or something. Maybe 12. Definitely older, though. Look at him right there. Oh, yeah. He's old. All right. Anyways, thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen
good
one
to see you,
person.
John Dunn. You haven't seen you for so long.
Crime dissector, thug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector.
And I'm always gonna be a protector.
Fool deflector, interceptor. And I'm
Meaner
meaner than a spectre with a vector on his pector. With all respect, y'all, just remember I've a temper fucking
Injection, I have no agenda. I'm no pretender.
and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody?
All right, everybody. Good night. Cheers.
All right. Yep. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? Oh, and be safe out there.